Huh?
Yep.
All right.
I think
I think we have it this time. If not, I'm going to sound really stupid. Actually, there's going to be no sound because you wouldn't hear me. But I think it's going to work. I think it's working.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone to really make sure that
Yeah.
yeah. So let's see if it's on the old BAM pages. It says we're live.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Oh, it sounds perfect.
I just am gonna make sure. Look at that! It's working.
All right, guys. Welcome to the third episode of Weather and Wine of the season.
Yes.
It will be my first and last episode for a while.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to have to petition this for at least a quicker return to Weather and Wine. You could at least bring Callahan and the baby here for an episode.
Yeah. Callahan, I'm sure she's watching because she always watches.
Yeah.
She's a great BAM fan.
Oh, sure, yeah. Callahan, if you're watching, you could come and bring the baby. I'll even hold the baby and drink wine. And that may be frowned upon. I don't know.
Maybe.
At my house, it's not frowned upon, but at some people's houses, it could be frowned upon.
All right, guys.
Hope is something wrong?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm just laughing.
Okay, just making sure it's one of those days.
All right. Well, hey, we're, by the way, this is our new studio. Obviously, we're still working out some technical difficulties, learning a little bit, but now that we're live, I think this is great. We've got a big video board. We've got the green screen over there if you watched us earlier, so we'll be doing, that'll be great for winter.
Yes.
Little snowbro action.
I'm excited for snowbro action. Yeah, Express Steel, our friends at Express Steel. I'm excited for that. You met with them today, didn't you?
Yeah, we've got some really good things cooked up.
Yeah. What are they like? Are they nice?
For this year.
They're nice
they're
people?
awesome.
Yeah.
Express Steel, give them some love. Tell them BAM sent you. They are super, super awesome people, down to earth, great to work with. I can't wait to see what we're going to do together because, they were telling us that they're not just local. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
And so is BAM. And so I think together we can kind of grow outward.
Yeah.
And do some really cool things. So super excited to have Express Steel back on for another winter.
Yep.
And we will touch on some winter stuff in this episode of Weather and Wine.
Oh, wow.
I put in a couple of things.
Well,
you may or may not like what we have to say.
you do have this here,
Yes.
which is the Hurricane Helene forecast update. And, right now we're thinking a major hurricane to hit just south of Tallahassee, really, as landfall tomorrow night. Category 4 hurricane.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
And we're more aggressive than what the National Hurricane Center is right now with this. And we've been more aggressive the whole time.
Yep.
And this thing is working into bathwater.
Yeah.
And it's taking a track very similar to what?
I just was thinking of the bathtub slosh theory.
Oh, they probably don't know what that is.
No, but if you could imagine how gross that sounds, like bathtub slosh water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
It's very gross. Anyways, go ahead.
I don't know how to follow that.
You know.
Very similar to Hurricane Michael's track.
Yep.
And we were here for that, 2018.
Yep.
And I remember that did rapidly intensify close to the coast. I think this one has the potential to do something similar.
It does, and you talk about these purple magenta colors. This is a foot plus storm surge there along the coast. Anywhere from Tampa Bay up to Tallahassee along the west coast there, I think you're really you're not going to want to be in the path of the storm, especially from Gainesville to Tallahassee on the east side of that hurricane. Get out. If you know people, don't mess around with it. It's going to do a number on the area, so certainly want to be careful.
Yeah, for sure. We'll go over to the next slide. This is just kind of a sim radar. So this is where we are now, basically. Still just northeast of the Yucatan Peninsula. This is our HMON model. I think this model's done the best throughout the storm. Most consistently initializing well. By the time we work into like midnight, 1 a.m. tonight, max winds is 95 knots. So you're over 100 mile an hour winds at this point. And down to perhaps 960 millibars or lower central pressure. I think we're at 979 right now. And so I think the other big takeaway I have with this, look how this is a big windshield.
Yeah.
This is a big storm system. It's not a compact one that's only impacting a small area, and it gets bigger and bigger. This is by tomorrow morning. Max winds 119 knots. That's Category 4.
Yeah.
This is indicating it could be a Cat 4 by late tomorrow morning even.
Yeah, I think that's probably the case. I mean, right now, as big as the storm is, I don't really see anything keeping it from rapidly intensifying. Historically, hurricane models, weather models in general, struggle on intensity forecasts anyways. Yeah, the Hurricane Center has already talked about upping the forecast to a Category 4. And, you know, and they're doing a great job. I'm not saying they're not doing good at all. They're doing great. We're just out ahead a little bit of just the intensity, just from our perspective. So, hey, share this with a friend, tag a friend, Weather and Wine. We're gonna try some wine today.
Yeah.
And you know, we're gonna rate our wine. What time is this thing gonna hit Florida's coast tomorrow?
Yeah, so this is going to be moving in. This is by about 10 p.m. It's
Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is 116 knot winds sustained at this point, so you're again in Cat 4 territory. This is 10 p.m. This is maybe a little bit one of the slower models, but 7 to 10 p.m. seems to be the consensus in terms of landfall. And this is just east of Apalachicola and just south of Tallahassee, which resembles what our map. I think somebody said our map looked different than the NHC's, but I don't think it's that far off what theirs is.
Not to
overall.
my knowledge.
So
Not to my knowledge.
let's try some wine.
Yeah, I'd love to. And real quick here, I'm just looking, just because now you all have me interested if our map is different. Our map is not any different at all. It's actually incredibly similar.
Just stronger.
Yeah, it's just one category stronger. But I will tell you that the NHC has 10 to 15 foot peak storm surge forecast in that area. That's big. That's big waves. So, yeah. Oh, so this is a white wine.
Yeah, this is white wines today. By the way, we do have sponsorship available for Weather and Wine. So if you're interested in sponsoring a Weather and Wine stream where we talk about winter or today hurricanes, feel free to reach out. Brett at bmwx.com. We'd love to work with you. So
It's a brand, Weather and Wine.
yeah, look at this.
I don't know how people don't know about it.
So
I don't know. I'm gonna taste this.
Cheers.
Cheers to last one for a while, bud.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That is fun.
Michael likes that.
That is a good one. That reminds me of fall. Like that's folly.
It does.
That's that folly
It tastes like
wine.
apple cider.
Yes, like a apple pie.
Well,
I'm getting apple pie.
shall we?
Please.
It's Oliver's apple pie wine.
Gosh, look at that.
Michael is on it.
Oh my goodness, this is really good, guys. Let's see what it says. I better watch not hitting the mic there. Apple wine with natural flavors. Pour yourself a slice and enjoy. That's fun. Crisp, tart, fresh apples balanced with soft vanillas. A lamade. I don't know. And comforting notes of cinnamon and nutmeg. No forks required. Chill or heat up. Oh boy.
Ooh, you can heat this
You
up?
can heat this up. Here's what I'm thinking. You could take this at a party and put it in a crock pot
Yeah.
and keep it warm with some cinnamon sticks. Oh no. New alcoholism worry revealed. Sorry, whatever. 8% alcohol too. This is no joke. This is no games. This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Scale of 1 to 10, the Oliver apple pie. I would rate Oliver higher if they actually had us out to do Weather and Wine, but they're going to lose a point for that. So I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, I'm going to give it a 9. It could be a 10 if they would actually have us out for Weather and Wine.
Maybe they will.
So
Hint.
yeah, that's on them.
Yeah, this is really good. Going back to last year, Michael loves the sweet wines.
Gosh.
I like the dry wines. But this is good. I really like the cinnamon. I love cinnamon.
Take this home? I'm taking this home. I'm drinking it tonight.
Yeah, drink it tonight.
I'll be watching this hurricane as it hits the Florida coastline here. I think we have a few more slides. Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you got here?
These are the different, the other hurricane models.
Oh, good.
And I'm showing this to point out that we actually showed as our favorite solution the weakest one. And it's still a Cat 4.
Yeah.
This halves model is 137 knots right before landfall. This one is 135 knots, and the H-Dwarf is 123 knots. And so you do the conversions there, and you're looking at 150 mile per hour winds with some of these hurricane models.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have new runs that come in, a little after 7.
Mm-hmm.
And
New data?
yeah, we need to keep an eye on the trends, because if it keeps trending stronger, there's the potential we could go into high-end Cat 4 or even a Cat 5.
Yeah.
It's not out of the question.
I had to make a post for the gram.
Of course.
You know, I had to.
Yeah.
I had to tell the gram that we were live on weather and wine.
So
It's a 9. Sorry.
I'll give it an 8.5.
Oh wow, that's a high score for you on.
It
sweet
is
wine.
on a sweet wine.
Yeah.
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 I love the cinnamon.
Gosh, I really like this. Okay.
I will say I feel like it kind of tastes more like a cider than a wine.
That's why I love it, because I'm a big cider
Yeah.
fan. Yeah.
But if it was a cider, it would, it's a 10.
Well, that's a neat map. Who made that?
Hope made this.
Wow.
120 plus mile per hour winds in this area.
Probably
Could be even stronger.
Sustained, right?
Yes, sustained.
winds,
Oh, it
yeah.
does say gusts, but probably sustained.
Oh, that's
here.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, Gus. I mean, regardless, you're not. It's listen, 120
Whatever,
plus, you're gonna get
120,
blown around.
yeah.
So, you're gonna get blown pretty good.
And I think, and then we'll pop this up and then transition to the next wine. But some strong wind gust around here. So this is the European model, 6-hour max wind gust for Friday evening football. Forecasting 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts around here on Friday.
Wow.
So might need to watch out for some wind advisories.
Might be tough to throw a football on that.
Yeah,
You got
and
your option play running good.
I noticed even some of the higher res data is even stronger. Just to our south, this is the RRFS,
Good night.
and the name 3 was just as intense too.
Okay.
Trying to forecast 50 to 60 mile per hour gust along the Ohio River. So,
Okay.
definitely need to keep an eye on that for Friday night. Could interrupt some Friday night football plans here locally.
Well, I'm gonna check real quick, Brett, just comments to see if people have what kind of questions they have.
Did you
Let's
finish off your
see.
last one?
I did. It is
Okay.
gone. Oh, my favorite wine, Callahan said. See? Callahan knows.
You can't have it for at least another 7 days.
Cider Boys is the best. Okay. If you made a post for the gram, it didn't post. It's on my story. If you follow me personally, on my story. Should be a fun night for Friday night football. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, share this. Tag a friend. Come on. Do your jobs here, guys. Did you just pour more wine?
I did. This is the next one.
New wine.
New wine.
Oh, boy. Brett's trying to get me drunk.
I didn't pour that much.
Here's what I smell. I smell white grape and some cranberry.
You're getting good at this, Michael.
No. Here we go. Cheers.
I smell peaches.
Yes, or apricot maybe.
Apricot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh. God bless America, Brett. Why do you do this to me? That's awful.
Well, you gotta entertain people, right?
Woo! Gosh. How about it? One more taste for that.
This would be great for the boat.
Yeah. Great for something. What is this stuff? I apologize to whoever made this wine, but I do not like it. It's a Sauvignon Blanc, Whitehaven.
New Zealand.
From New Zealand. It's a Marlborough? Marlborough?
Marlboro.
Let me read it to you. For 2 years, Greg and Sue White sailed the Pacific Ocean in search of a new course. In Marlborough, New Zealand, they found a place so beautiful and unspoiled that they sold their boat, set down roots, and established Whitehaven Wine Company. Sounds really cool. Whitehaven selects only the finest quality grapes from the stony soils of the Waywar and the all with, I don't even know. I'm not going to try it. To produce a Savon Blanc that embodies the quintessential Marlboro style.
Yeah.
Enjoy aromas of tropical fruit and fresh cut grass.
Oh, I think we did this one.
With a rich, elegant palate and a crisp, well-balanced finish. Listen,
We did this one last year.
yeah, I'm not drinking grass.
This,
okay?
Because you made fun of it last year.
Yeah,
With the grass.
you lost me at who. Listen, who is going to say, "Gosh, pour me a cup of grass"?
Well, I wouldn't say grass, but
Rich grass?
I do like it.
I love the smell of fresh cut grass, but I don't want to drink it.
Sure. Yeah, you wouldn't want to drink grass.
Listen, Hope, come. Why don't you, Hope, slide on into the show here? And,
Gosh.
come on.
See, but I
Hope
like
was on.
white wine, so.
Take a
Oh,
sip.
yeah.
This
Good.
is Hope. You guys probably see her on
Very often.
the reels often.
Smells good.
Tell us what you think, Hope, and don't hold back.
I like it.
Okay.
So it's
So I'm
2v1.
Yeah, I'm the outlier here.
So
What would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
The aftertaste is not my favorite.
Okay.
But the initial taste, probably, I don't know. Probably an 8, honestly. I like
Wow,
it.
that's a high score.
I know.
yeah, I'm gonna give it 7.5, just because
Okay.
I'm a little snooty about my Sauvignon Blancs.
I can't stand it.
See, this is great because if Hope has the same taste that I do with wine,
Yeah.
it will continue to keep the dynamic good.
Uh-huh.
Do we want to try the cotton candy one?
Yeah, I will, but I have to give my score.
Oh yeah, go
This is a 2. I would never buy this. Ever. It's not good. I would never drink this. But Brett and Hope love it, and Brett's a wine guy. I'm a bourbon guy. I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy it. I'm saying I never would. That's all I'm saying. Let's go back to the forecast update here, and we've got some rain in the forecast, but I think we're looking at a solid cutoff with rain.
Yeah, this is our clarity platform here, and I think the risk, if anything, is along the I-70 corridor. I mean, once again, I know you all are going to comment about it, but the I-70 corridor, guys, is kind of your cutoff, to be completely honest. I wouldn't be shocked if we keep trending drier north of the I-70 corridor. The heaviest drain's going to be along the Ohio River and points down to the south. So, if you're in the Louisville area, as we work into Friday into Saturday, have a lot of rain opportunities. Probably, again, going to be some issues there. I know IU has a home game on Saturday morning at noon. I don't know about Louisville. They might have a home game too. But regardless, anyone in this area, as we go into the weekend, going to probably deal with rain and strong wind gusts too. Yeah. And it won't necessarily be an all-day rain because with these tropical systems, you get those bands. Mm-hmm. But on and off all the time, probably going to be what we deal with.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the rain is the hurricane models with the rain are pretty dry.
Louisville's at Notre Dame. Notre Dame probably okay. Maybe breezy.
Louisville is at Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a good game.
It's going to be a great game. It's just going to be a little windy, but probably not even going to be raining. I mean, maybe there may be some outer sprinkle
Cloudy.
bands or something. Yeah.
Be a good football game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, before we go,
I'm going to take Notre Dame on that game, though, for sure.
Yeah, I'll take Notre Dame at home too.
Yeah. Brian says you're snooty.
Yeah.
And
about wine, yeah, I am.
Callahan says, "Why do the super sweet one first?"
Well, we didn't know.
Okay.
We had these to. We're trying to prevent giving ourselves
a bias.
A bias beforehand. So.
Melody says her son is doing the Ironman in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Sorry, someone just said they can barely hear us. Ironman in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Turn it all the way up.
Turn your volume up. I feel like you should be able to hear us very clearly. Sounds great on my phone. Anyways, I'm a little concerned with swim part 2.5 mile swim.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that sounds awful. But if your son has trained for the Ironman, I would imagine he's going to be okay. Hopefully, he's been training.
Yeah.
You haven't been training, he's probably
I guess
screwed.
it depends on where they swimming at, because if they're in a lake, I mean, there could definitely be a lot of waves.
Yeah.
With the wind this weekend.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know if it's. Did they say Louisville?
Yeah, she didn't say Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm curious what
Chattanooga.
I'm curious what John Gone has to say. He says bust, and that's the only thing John says. John, if you could please clarify what your comment means. It's frustrating. I don't understand what you're saying. No one does. Could you help us understand?
Are we talking about
Nobody knows.
this? Are we talking about the hurricane? Are we talking about rain? Or
We don't.
are we talking about winter?
Oh boy.
Yep. I'm gonna open the can of worms. Okay, guys. So we talked about a couple of weeks ago, I think, winter, and maybe there were some opportunities in there for some cold. Unfortunately, if you can see this, the cold waters with La Nina have shifted more towards the date line, or just east of the date line. That is not good for winter lovers.
Are we still talking about this? I thought we were done.
No.
Sorry. No, I'm kidding because I don't want to. It is not good. It's depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that happens, here's overall what ends up happening. It tends to be warmer. Overall, these analogs, especially in January and February, are very warm across much of the southern and eastern U.S.
Yeah.
Do you see any chance that this could change? What's your gut say?
No.
Michael really didn't want to drink the rest of that.
I think that we're screwed for winter, and I think we've been screwed for winter for the last 10 years. Here's the only thing I have hope for. Can we play golf Friday morning without getting wet? I don't know. Where do you want to play golf at? That's a good question. Are you any good at golf? Because if you're not good, maybe you should just not play. I'm just kidding. The winter. I think here's the one thing we have this winter that could save us. The North Pacific blocking pattern. It could. Oh, look at that! It's like you knew. It's like sometimes we speak to each other internally.
Well, we've been doing it for 7 years.
It's been a long time, yeah. But the North Pacific blocking pattern, similarly. Anyways, 2013-14, the winter was not projected to be anything of any significance. And it ended up being a blockbuster winter. And the reason for that was the North Pacific ridging. That's it. Nothing else said it should have been a cold and snowy winter. We have that potential this year because of the really strong PDO that we have. And the MJO could possibly be favorable for North Pacific blocking in a Central Pacific Nina, possibly.
Yeah.
That's a
Well, and these Central Pacific Nina years, while they're warm in January and February, they do have this blocking and this high pressure in Alaska and the Arctic and Greenland in December. And so December for these years are cold and arguably snowy.
Yeah.
The problem is it might be December or bust.
Yeah.
Here's our December forecast. Some real love today.
Wow.
Throwing the December forecast on there.
Oh boy. I didn't approve this.
It's cold. I'm not going to show January and February because January and February are warm, so there's nothing really to talk about with them.
Right.
But December could be interesting. Even 2016, if you remember that winter, 2016-17, December was very cold.
Yep.
And then the rest of the winter was a blowtorch.
It was, yeah. And it could easily be that. I think that could be a good comparison conservatively at this point, Brett.
So we've got some more questions.
Yeah, I was going to answer the question about golf Friday morning because I can resonate. I would love to play golf Friday morning. But it doesn't look totally dry if you're playing at Bluff Creek. I think you're looking at overcast skies at the low ceiling, gusty winds, and showers at times. It's going to be a nasty day in southern Indiana from I-70 south Friday, and very, very windy.
If you are trying to play like they do over in Europe, it'll be perfect.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see. On Saturday in Louisville is having Bands of America. Do you think it will have a delay? I don't know. It depends on when it is and if they can take any rain or not. probably will be some rain. So if they can't take rain, then they'll probably have issues.
Yeah, John Gahn says, he responded to my comment. He says, I'm just trying to be funny. Thanks for the coverage. We appreciate your sense of humor, John. Thank you for watching. Zionsville band competition Saturday evening, says Jerry Thomas.
North side might be okay.
If you ask the European model, they are not okay.
Oh, well, never mind.
But it depends on which model you ask. The GFS would agree. The European's a little bit further north with rain this run.
Yeah, it's been further north.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about the high pressure to the north suppressing things, plus the drought.
I agree.
So maybe it's a situation where there's pesky light stuff, but not a washout.
Look at how much rain it gives us, Brett. It's a lot wetter.
The new, is this 18Z?
No, 12C.
Oh, 12Z.
Do you think that people think that we're alcoholics here at BAM?
I hope not.
Yeah, I could see how they could think that. I'm not an alcoholic, except for one day a week. You know, I do drink heavily on Fridays.
Okay.
So
we need a snowstorm on a Friday, so if anybody can
no.
drum that up
Yeah.
for us, that would be great. And who knows what would happen.
Yeah, right now the European model would favor, you know, a widespread 1 to 2 inches of rain. That previous slide that you had,
Yeah.
Brett, on the rainfall, I
It's
think
lighter.
I think our model might be a little bit more a better approach right now.
I think so.
It's got it's a half inch to an inch around the I-70 corridor here, and heavier to the south. I would have to see a few more runs from the data to be bought on the European's heavier solution across the state.
Yeah, I agree. And again, I think the drought that we're in right now, high pressure to the north, and then
Crap.
some climatology too. You know, these storms struggle historically to come super far north with rain.
They do. Yeah, they do. Let's see. Thank you, Joe. We appreciate you.
What have you done?
Weather and wine here. You can grab these on our website. Take that stupid IU jacket off, says Travis Garrity.
Oh, Travis. You know, I actually have a
harsh.
nice collared shirt on under this, but I was cold in here. It's warm in here, but it was cold out there.
Hey, I was just wondering
Yeah.
what it might be like to lose back-to-back Final Four NCAA championship basketball. What do you think that's like?
I don't know. Purdue's only been once in the past 50 years or whatever.
Well, they got knocked out by a number 1 seed in the tournament 2 years ago,
Yes,
or by
that
a
was
number
fun.
16 seed.
That was
I don't know what that's like. I'm sure these Purdue
Only
fans.
one other team ever knows what that's like. That's Virginia.
I'm sure the Purdue fans know. So we are not taking the stupid IU jacket off and go root for Purdue.
IU's got a good football team this year.
Yeah, 4-0. It's never happened before. in
Not
that
for
program.
a first-year coach.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
I'm excited.
How's Purdue doing?
Well, Purdue lost by 59 to Notre Dame.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, I was just curious.
I'm sorry. People are going to start Purdue fans are going to start unfollowing us. We do have 3.
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
It's a fact. We didn't lose by 59. They did. Or 53 or whatever.
We do have two Purdue alumni that work here. So we like them.
Yeah, we love our Purdue alumni. I just don't like Purdue. I'm just kidding. I do like Purdue. Anyways, Central. We got take one more question. We're gonna hop off here. Central Ohio rain amounts Saturday north of I-70.
Half an inch to 3/4 of an inch, maybe.
Yeah, not a whole.
It's
lot.
probably Friday through Saturday. Probably
Yeah.
1/4 of an inch on Saturday.
Not a whole lot there.
So.
Any questions that you're seeing, Hope, that we're missing?
No, not really.
All right.
You all have been fantastic. Brett,
It's a good
by
white
this time
wine.
next week, will be a father.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe
So,
if we
We have
we'll
to
see
cheers
if we
to
make
that.
it that long.
Well, I mean-
Callahan's hanging in there.
Cheers to that. That will be
Cheers.
fun.
Yes.
Callahan, you are more than welcome to bring baby in here, hang out right over there while we do this, or maybe even have a sip of wine.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Sure.
nothing that says you can't do that.
No.
There's no rule there. I don't, and if there was, I wouldn't follow it.
No, we're super excited. So you know, just pray for a healthy baby girl, and
Oh yeah,
we'll then we'll go from there.
yeah. Thank you guys.